Now first I am gonna explain Sun. The Sun and all bodies orbiting around it make up the solar system. The Sun is a star because it glows all the time, giving off its own heat and light. The planets and their moons are the main bodies that revolve around the Sun. These bodies shine because they reflect the sunlight that falls on them. Other bodies in the solar system are the asteroids, comets, meteoroids. Nearest the Sun is Mercury, the smallest of the planets. Then come Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Now I am going to explain the first planet, Mercury. Mercury is a small, rocky, sun-surrounded planet whose surface is similar to that of the Moon. The temperature of the side facing the Sun is so hot that even lead would melt, while the other side is extremely cold. Mercury's atmosphere is composed mainly of the hydrogen, helium and neon. Its mass and volume are about 1/16 those of Earth. Although Mercury is the smallest among other planets, but its density near the same as Earth's. That indicates that it may have a core of dense metals. I am gonna explain the second planet, Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, orbiting it very 224.7 Earth days. Venus is similar to Earth in size, mass and density. The planet is completely covered with opaque white clouds. It has no natural satellite. It is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. After the Moon, it is the brightest natural object in the night sky, reaching an apparent magnitude -4.6, bright enough to cast shadows. I am going to explain the third planet, Earth. Earth, also called the world in Greek Gaia or in Latin Terra. Our home planet is a rocky planet that almost spherical with a polar radius of 6,356 kilometers and equatorial of 6,378 kilometers. In the third planet from the Sun, the dense planet in the solar system. Earth is only the planet in the solar system that lies in a region. It has an abundance of oxygen and water on its surface, two substances that are essential for life, and is also the planet in our solar system known to harbor life that is incredibly diverse. All the things we need to survive exist under a thin layer of atmosphere that separates us from cold, airless void space. I am going to explain the fourth planet, Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the second smallest planet in the solar system after Mercury. Mars is a dry, cold planet with temperature at its equator that vary between 25 degrees centigrade. In the afternoon, -40 degrees centigrade. At night, Mars has many Earth-like features such as clouds, mountains, craters, desert and polar ice caps. This led astronomers to believe that intelligent beings lived on Mars. These ideas had to show abounded. First, studies showed that most parts of Mars do not have water. The polar caps are a frozen mixture of water and carbon dioxide. The clouds are composed of dust, water vapor. Mars has a thin atmosphere which consists of about 96.5% carbon dioxide, 1.5 nitrogen, 1.5 argon and traces. I am gonna say the fifth planet, Jupiter. Jupiter, the largest of the 9 planets and the fifth planet from the Sun. It has diameter that is more than 11 times size of Earth. It has mass in 1000 that of the Sun, but 2.5 times that all of the other planets in the solar system combined. Jupiter is a gas giant along with Saturn. Uranus and Neptune are ice giants. Jupiter was known to astronomers of ancient times. The Romans named it after their god Jupiter. When viewed from Earth, Jupiter can reach an apparent magnitude of minus 2.94, bright enough for its reflected light to cast shadows, and making it on average third brightest object in the night sky after the Moon and Venus. I'm gonna say the sixth planet, Saturn. Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system and is the sixth planet from the Sun. It is known as satellites. To date, 62 have been recorded. It is a very cold planet with a surface temperature about minus 180 degrees centigrade. It has atmosphere of mainly hydrogen and helium with traces of ammonia and methane. Saturn is one of the dense planets, despite a rocky core slightly bigger than Earth. A series of cloud belts surround the planet. These are similar to but paler than the Jupiter. Saturn encircled by its series of rings is one of the most beautiful planets in the solar system. Now I am gonna say the seventh planet, Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun. Uranus is a very cold planet as it receives only one half 350 as much sunlight as Earth. Uranus is an unusual planet because its axis of rotation is tilted sideways until it is almost horizontal. Uranus' atmosphere is mainly made up of hydrogen and helium with traces of methane, ammonia and water. However, it is so cold that all the last three compounds, probably from a frozen mixture, the maximum surface temperature of the planet is about minus 185 degrees centigrade. The planet probably has a soil core surrounded by ice and liquid hydrogen. Uranus has 27 known satellites. Moon. To date, it has 10 narrow black rings. I'm gonna say our eighth planet, Neptune. Neptune is the eighth and farthest planet from the Sun in the solar system. Neptune is about the same size as Uranus. It has a thick, stormy atmosphere of hydrogen and helium, with white clouds of frozen maintain around its equatorial region. Its great dark spot is a huge Uranus about the size of it. It is also enriched by 5 narrow rings. Neptune is a very cold with a temperature of minus 205 degrees centigrade. It may have soil core surrounded by a thick layer of ice. Cretan, one of its moons, is volcanic with the temperature of minus 240 degrees centigrade. The coldest recorded from any the bodies is known in the solar system. Neptune has 14 known satellites to date. Now I am gonna say the ninth planet, Pluto. Pluto dwarf planet. Once the ninth planet from the Sun, Pluto is unlike other planets in many respects. It is smaller than its moon. Its orbit carries inside the orbit Neptune underway, but beyond that orbit. From 1979 until early 1999, Pluto had actually been 8th planet from the Sun. Then on February 1,11,999, it crossed Neptune path and once again became the solar system's most distant planet until it was demoted to dwarf planet status. I'm gonna say about galaxy. Galaxy is a huge collection of stars, gas and dust. Our own star, the Sun, is one kept more than 100 million stars that make up our galaxy, the Milky Way. The solar system is located in the Milky Way, a barred sphere galaxy with a diameter about 100,000 light years, containing about 200 billion stars. The Sun resides in one of the Milky Way's outer spiral arms, known as Orions's arm or local spur. The Sun lies between 25,000 and 28,000 light years from the galactic center, and its speed within Milky Way is about 220 kilometers, so that it completes one revolution where every 225 minus 250 million years. This revolution is known as the solar system galactic year. I'm gonna say about asteroid. Asteroids, these are small rocky bodies usually found between Mars and Jupiter. This region is known as the asteroid belt. There are thousands of asteroids of varying sizes. They could be the remains of heavenly bodies that broke up long ago. Most asteroids move along circular orbits. Asteroids are rich in elements similar to those on Earth.